When my wife, Clara, told me she wanted to attend her cousin's wedding, I agreed without a second thought. We'd been married for 6 years, long enough for me to know she loved social gatherings and being the center of attention. Still, something had shifted recently. She felt distant, constantly glued to her phone, and overly focused on her appearance before every outing. I hoped this wedding might be a chance for us to reconnect. I was wrong. The moment we arrived, she drifted toward a group of guests, laughing and posing for photos as if I didn't exist. When I walked up to her, she waved me away and said, "Honey, sit anywhere. I'll come around." Those words hurt more than I expected. At dinner, I headed to our assigned table, only to find Clara seated somewhere else, surrounded by men she had just met, sipping wine and flipping her hair as she laughed. The seat beside her was empty. For a moment, I stood there feeling foolish, ignored by my own wife at a family wedding. That's when I noticed a woman across the room, poised, self-assured, and sitting alone. She met my eyes and offered a warm smile, one that felt genuine, not staged. I smiled back, walked over, and asked, "Is this seat taken?" She shook her head, and I sat down. Her name was Hannah, a friend of the groom. Our conversation flowed easily. There was no tension, no pretending. She asked about my job, my interests, my life, questions Clara hadn't asked in months. We laughed, shared stories, and for the first time in a long while, I felt noticed. Clara saw us. Her laughter faltered. That polished smile she wore for attention slowly disappeared. She kept glancing our way, trying to seem unaffected, but her clenched jaw told the truth. For once, the attention she craved wasn't on her. When dinner ended and the music began, couples filled the dance floor. Hannah leaned in and asked, "Would your wife mind if we danced?" I smirked. "If she does, she'll have to stop pretending she doesn't know me." We joined the others, nothing romantic, just a light, friendly dance. But Clara's stare burned into my back. She eventually marched over, her voice tight with frustration. "I didn't realize you were having so much fun," she snapped. "You told me to sit anywhere," I replied calmly. "I just followed your instructions." The people nearby fell silent. After that, Clara's attitude shifted. Suddenly, she wanted to sit beside me, touch my arm, laugh at every word I said. But it was too late. Everyone had seen the wife who ignored her husband and the husband who stopped waiting for her attention. When Hannah excused herself, she smiled and whispered, "She won't forget tonight." She was right. That night marked the first time I stopped begging Clara to treat me like her partner. I let her feel what it was like when I stopped trying. At home, the silence between us was deafening. Clara tried to dismiss it. "You embarrassed me," she said sharply. I raised an eyebrow. "Embarrassed you? You made me invisible. I just learned how to exist without your approval." She froze. I continued. "You wanted to act single in front of everyone. I simply matched your energy." For once, she had no clever reply. Her lips trembled as she finally understood what I'd felt for months. In the days that followed, she overcompensated, texting me at work, planning dates, asking questions she hadn't cared about in years. But something inside me had changed. Her affection felt like a performance, not love. I knew she wasn't sorry for her behavior. She was sorry she'd lost control. Control over me, control over the image she'd created. I was finished playing my role. A week later, Hannah sent a polite message thanking me for the dance and conversation. It wasn't flirtatious, just sincere, and it reminded me that real connection shouldn't feel like begging. It should feel easy, mutual, natural. That realization gave me more peace than anything Clara could offer. When she asked, "Are we okay?" I answered honestly, "No, Clara. We've been pretending for too long." She broke down, crying, saying she never meant to push me away. But tears couldn't erase months of disregard. I told her gently, "You worked so hard to impress strangers that you forgot the one person who stood beside you the whole time." She whispered, "I never thought you'd stop caring." I looked at her and said, "Neither did I, until I had to." That wedding taught me something important. Losing respect happens quietly, and earning it back takes more than apologies. It takes humility, something Clara had never learned. As for me, I didn't need another dance or another chance. I needed peace. And when I finally walked away, I understood that for the first time, I was truly sitting where I belonged.